a cop was like right there down the road coming out. Like, nobody had to call or nothing. And the deer was still alive. And the cop pulls out, like, made sure everybody's all good. And the deer was still sitting there alive, like trying to drag it. Like, it was smoked, but it was still alive. You could tell this cop's never been in this situation before. And I'm like, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to shoot the thing? Like, and he's like, yeah. And we're all like standing there, like within a 5-foot circle of this deer. And he doesn't even say nothing to anybody. He just does like, it's like a movie. Like when a cop like fast draws his pistol. And he just fast draws his pistol out and takes a shot and completely misses it. And then he goes up closer and he shoots. And he was trying to shoot it in the head and he hit under it. But he hit it. And it was basically done, but it was still like on the shoulder of the road. So I go to grab the thing to drag it further into the ditch, like get it off the road. And it did like one last little kick and he like screamed at me to get back. And he drew his gun again. He was like, the thing was going to attack me. And I said, no, this thing's dead. Like, it's
we're
good.
done here. Stop.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Just Hunt Podcast.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Just Hunt Podcast, episode 31. It is an evening in late August. We have Mr. Kyle MacDonald on the horn. For this one. And I don't know about you, but I'm like, we're pretty much here, dude. Like it's time to hunt.
It is.
Still have a few things left to take care of.
Yeah.
I feel like tonight my bow is finally probably ready to hunt. Like literally, and it's August 28th.
Yeah.
Like just
that's solid.
Barely got it there tonight where I'm like, all right, if I had to go hunt tomorrow, I think I'd be confident, but it's taken that long.
This is the green one, right? Not the 80,
the green one.
Not the 80-pounder.
No, the 80-pounder.
Gave up on that one.
Yeah.
That's next year's project.
Yeah, for the second year in a row, it got thrown in the closet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to. The problem with it
strings
is
and cables on that.
What's that?
You put what? New strings and cables on your 70?
No, they're new last year, so those are the ones I put new ones on the 80. And I was doing some twists in the cables, so I got up to 85 pounds. Because my whole thought process was I was gonna set this 70-pounder up, which I got that at 75, but set that up for like whitetails, like closer range stuff, like whatever, a little bit heavier arrow, and then that 80, I want to get up to 85, and then shoot like let's say a light arrow, but like a 500 grain arrow, right around there, and set that up for western stuff because there was a potential I was going to be doing some mule deer hunting this fall, which isn't happening. But I was trying to make that happen. So I was like, I'll set that up with light arrow. I'll shoot fast, whatever. And I'm trying to push what ended up being a 514 grain arrow. Actually, no. Yeah, 514. What is it? Something like that. Between 515 and 520, somewhere in there. With 200 grain. Well, what is it? It's 250 grains of point weight.
Right.
On a 250 spine arrow with an 85-pound bow, and it's just underspined. I need a 200 spine. I have them, too. I have a dozen in there. But I'm like, but then once you jump up to that higher spine, now you're adding like a grain and a half per inch of arrow. So automatically I'm at like.
So now you're gonna get back into that 530 range.
Same thing again. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So I was trying to keep it down and trying to get it to tune. I was just having issues with it tuning at 85 pounds and that. That lighter spine. So I said, the clock's ticking close to the season. I better just shelve that for now, and I'll screw with it again next winter. And oddly enough, this is the second season I've tried this, and it hasn't worked. So I think I'm probably going to have to go with the 200 spine if I want to shoot that.
Dude, the summer went by so fast.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
No, I don't either. It's like this summer's just been.
I just finished building my chicken coop today, and it's September, just about.
Well, I still have.
Like
that's
months.
one of the things I got to do. Was doing it last night. Put the roof on the coop. Rick helped me. Actually went pretty smooth, but I told the wife that I would be done. The chicken coop would be done before hunting season. So I have tomorrow. I have to work going to Red Sox game, and then. I got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
With the family you going tomorrow, or you got
my dad and the boys?
Nice.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I have off, and it's like we got some stuff, but in general, it's like finish a chicken coop. But it's 3 days. I should need to build doors, windows, inside it, which is not for. I mean, it's a big chicken coop, but it's not like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically a shed, shed with a big long run. So it's a pretty substantial chicken coop.
I wish I only had one promised project that I said that I'd get done before hunting season.
You did?
No, I said I wish I only had one project like you.
Yeah, you've been busy too there. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're in the middle of that you haven't finished?
Or
are you pretty good about taking them at stages and when you start to finish it, but not starting something that you can't finish right now?
Yeah, I mean, we did the living room back in April or whatever, and the only thing that's really left with that is trim. But it got nice out, and I'm like, I'll do trim in the winter.
Yeah.
And then didn't do a whole lot, but the last couple weeks been slowly getting the bow room configured and set up in the barn.
You got it in the barn, in the tops floor?
Yeah, like that old like front office thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's a good call.
Got it in there. And then
you got to just open a bow shop out of there.
Yeah. I think there's 9 bows in there right now.
Is there?
Yeah. Yeah.
You had them all hanging in the barn. I'd like go over there and people are like, whose bow's that? I'm like, I don't know, Kyle's or something. He's got like 11 bows. I don't know what he's doing.
There's always a few. There's always a few kicking around.
When did you start tinkering around with that stuff?
Probably 2020.
Yeah.
Like right when COVID hit. One of my good buddies, their family had a bow shop, and then they ended up selling the business or whatever, and there was really nobody around here that I had like a tight connection with, so it was going to be like kind of starting fresh, like finding a solid guy to work on it. And so I started off, I actually was trying to save $1, and it ended up costing me more anyway, but I ended up building my own bow press first, and it worked fine, but it wasn't great. And there's just more fine tuning than it was worth when you can buy one for, $400 or $500. But started with that. Basically had somebody still do my arrows and all that, and then just slowly progress. Now, start to finish, I can do it totally myself, which is sweet.
Mm-hmm. I think that's well, you look at this, right? And like I do the same thing. Obviously, you got the bow press there, and I've been doing that for it's got to be. Probably at least 10 years, I'd say. Like, I've had that press. I don't know. I think it's a spike press. Or, no, Archery. What is it? Yeah, spike press. Archery Tooling Corp. I had that, and it's been honestly great. It's super simple.
Right.
But, like, I don't – it's not like I'm working on bows every day. It's not a pro shop bow or press. So, like, it's got a hand crank. It's not electric, but, like, it does – it's fine, like, for what I use it for. And I got, the what do you call that? I don't know, the thing to mount the bow on to work on it. And then I have a draw board right behind me too. So it's all right here. Arrow saw. I have, it's like spin tool, everything you really need I've got for fletching, building arrows, tuning bows. I mean, I don't make strings. What else don't I do? I mean, that's about it. Like if I have everything else, I can build them. But you go from that end of it, and now I feel like everybody's running the other direction. That let's just go grab a crossbow at the local pro shop and shoot 80 yards, and the next day it's like, I just feel like we're losing that. Maybe I'm old school, but I don't know. Archery is such a cool. It just adds so much to it, and I feel like some people aren't into they're not into the gear stuff, and they don't really care. They just want to be in the woods with the deer. I get that. But man, it's so rewarding when you get a new bow and put strings on it and put everything together, make it exactly how you want it. You build your arrows, tune your bow, and get it dialed in, and then make a really nice shot on a big animal with it. It's pretty cool. Like just know that.
Yeah, it is. Doing it start to finish like that is sweet. Setting it up exactly how you want it and just really taking your time.
Yeah. And I don't want to trash on pro shops at all because they do great and it's really difficult what they have to do. But you're never going to get the level of precision and you're never going to get your setup perfect if you're just going to a pro shop because the hours and and maybe you're a little faster than me, but I'm kind of a perfectionist. So the hours I put into getting that set up exactly how I want it, there's no way someone at a pro shop could sit there with me and do what I want. I'd have to pay him like $5,000. You know what I mean?
I've always said that to my buddies that I've worked on them. It's like, you guys don't understand how much time it actually takes to get these things shooting, bolt holes with a bear shaft at, call it 6 to 8 yards.
Yeah.
Like, some are great, some are quick, but some can be 4 or 5 hours, and it's like, you just take a general labor rate of $100 an hour. Like, who's going to spend $500 to $800, call it, on setting up a new boat? Like, that's why, like you said, not trying to trash on pro shops, but it's like they kind of got to turn and burn them, or else it's like, you ain't going to make any money.
No, and no one's going to. Well, okay, so I got to pay
the cost of
the cost of a bow to set it up. It's like, well, what do you mean? And then, I don't know what kind of margins are on these, but I bet they're okay. But like, if you sell a customer a bow, but then you spend 8 hours or 5 hours setting it up, well, now your margin's gone on it. You might as well not even do it, So I understand. I'm not. So my criticism isn't of them. It's just a criticism of the fact that you can't set up a bow in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? And expect once again. If you have really good fletching configuration, and you're shooting an expandable, probably get away with it to an extent, in some situations. But if you're really willing to be dialed, man, it just takes so much. And I just, I was talking to who was talking to Chris and somebody else, Steve. And I was talking about, my tuning process for fixed blade heads. And you can shoot a bear shaft or a fletch shaft at, 5 feet through paper, get a bullet hole, and then say, we're good. Fletch your arrows, put your broadheads on, and shoot. And sometimes they're going to hit with your field points pretty close. But the chances of it being perfectly tuned after that is not very high. When you step back to 10 yards, 5 to 10 yards, whatever, and you bear shaft tune, that bullet hole at 5 feet turns into a 2-inch tear at 10 yards. You're like, oh shit, that's all the tuning you didn't go after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the point of going after all that tuning is not when you're in the backyard at 30 yards in a t-shirt and a summer day relaxed shooting at the target. It's when you're shooting at 40 yards coming around the tree in low light on a giant buck and your heart's pounding through your chest and you're torquing the bow and you're stressed. That's where that stuff comes into play because you torque the bow. Everything's not perfect, and now that tune gives you poor arrow flight, and you potentially hit 3, 4, 5 inches off of where your field point, your point of aim is. That's when it matters. Those are the things where it's the forgiveness in your setup. I like to shoot the I've had good luck, and I'm not saying other fletchings aren't great. These are the ones that I've had good luck with. Not that one even, actually. It's these. I just have them right here, so I'll show everybody. But it's an AE Max Stealth. It's a 2.5-inch vein, pretty low profile. And I've had really good luck putting a pretty aggressive helical with a 3 fletch on that for a fixed blade head. And then this year, I just tried 4 fletch. It seems to be working good. I don't even know if it's completely necessary to run a 4 fletch. But I've had good luck with the 3. Yeah, they're right down there. Just be careful because there's broadheads on them. Actually, yep. Is there one there? Yeah. So that does a good job of steering them, and that's like a forgiving fletching configuration from what I've found. I don't know. Do you run those too, or do you run?
Yeah, I run those same ones.
Yeah. And so the other thing is the iron wills seem to fly really good and be forgiving, and I almost feel like, once again, if your bow's a little bit out of a tune, they're still going to shoot good. Once again, though, in those situations where you're really torquing the bow and it's your form suffers, and that's where you can run into problems, and that's why I like to tune to the extent that I do. But yeah, that works for me. And I would, you tune for worst case and you set up your bow for worst case scenario, right? Because that's like, in the real world, that's like, I don't know, everybody knows, like worst case, it seems like it always trends towards the worst case,
Right.
Very rarely do you get like the perfect ship shot at 20 yards and you're relaxed and the deer's broadside and the deer's relaxed and you have, oh yeah,
all the time in the world. Yeah. It
doesn't usually happen like that. It's usually, oh shit, here we go. Dude, and that's when stuff goes wrong. So I'm preparing for that because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
And if you can prepare to be successful during those situations, well, now you're gonna tag some big bucks.
Right.
How often?
I think a big underlooked thing with setting up bows is getting your third axis good.
Yes.
I mean,
100%.
I get a lot of buddies that bring bows over, and they're not bringing it over for that. It's for, setting them up new arrows or whatever the case may be. And it's like, I'll just check it because I got a couple different jigs to check that. And
that's the one I just bought.
Yeah, I got the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then I have one that goes right on the bench, and it's like a completely machined jig.
Yep.
That you can. The only problem with those ones is you can't put a pick sight on it. So I'm gonna end up probably fabricating something because that seems to work really well. That machine jig that they got, that sight just goes right on the side. But people don't realize how far off your shot could be if you're 20 foot up in a stand and you're at a sharp angle down. I mean, you could hit 6 inches to the right or left.
Yeah.
And you hear the stories all the time.
I did last year.
What happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I hit I hit him in the guts or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably that.
Well, a lot of times it is. The buck, that Ohio buck I shot, it was steep. And I didn't hit him back. I double lunged him. But I for sure hit him behind where I was aiming.
Yeah.
And I noticed it. And I remember even when I was shooting, but I remember thinking to myself, that's weird. Because I felt really good.
Right.
And sure enough, I hadn't touched that bow, but this summer when I picked it up to tune it, I had that in my head and I checked and I thought it was way off. It wasn't even close.
Way off, yeah.
And so I ended up, that's good now, but that, basically for people who don't know, like your sight can be, I guess, level, but that doesn't mean that when you're at an extreme up or down, usually whitetail side is down out of a tree, you're not level anymore and your arrow will go potentially left or right of your impact, whereas on flat ground it will be right on. So that's a big thing, and really there's other ways. You don't have to have a tool too. It's just a little more challenging with the other ways to do it, but it is very important to do. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm trying to think and not to knock bow shops, but like my buddy just brought me his bow. He just got it from a pro shop, and I put it on the draw board and the timing's off by that much right from the pro shop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I don't know.
I'm
not saying there isn't good ones.
I just had one come 2 or 3 weeks ago and said that he had a handful of arrows not shooting great, so I shot it through paper, had 1.5 inch tear to the right, and I look at the center shot and it's I'm surprised that arrow wasn't come out of the bow sideways. The center shot was off, so bad.
Yeah.
It's that's the reason why I wanted to learn how to do it.
Yeah, and once again, we're not trashing on pro shops because they just don't probably have the time. But there's really a lot that you leave on the table when you just drop your bow off at the pro shop and pick it up. And it has to be that way. So I would encourage anybody. We should make T-shirts. Don't buy a crossbow, buy a bow press. Go the other way. Go the other way.
I was wondering if we go down the rabbit hole of the new crossbow law in New York.
Yeah, it's a new.
How often,
we have it too, though. So I don't know.
Yeah,
we can talk about it. But what do you think?
I'm just thinking, even from my own experience, how often I'm frustrated thinking something is me where it might not be me.
Oh yeah.
Just inconsistencies and stuff like that. I'm what did I do wrong on that shot?
Dude.
Why did I? But it might not be you.
Chris came over here the other day. He was actually, what was he doing? What did he come over? Oh, he came over to pick up some gear before we went to South Dakota.
Yeah.
And I don't remember. He was ended up shooting at my house because I think he can shoot further here than he can or whatever. And it wasn't his intent to shoot here. He just was I got my ball, shoot. So he's shooting, dude. We spent 2 hours just correcting stuff and the setup and fixing this and fixing that. And he's telling me this. I'm well, that's probably because this is not right. And I look, it's not right. We fixed that. Oh, that feels better. It's all these things. And it's he was not feeling confident because his bow is not set up right. But he doesn't know. And most bow hunters don't know why. They don't know why.
No.
But when you take ownership of the process and you understand it, you can figure out why and get it how you want it.
That's what I encourage anybody to do. I mean, there's so many YouTube, that's how I learned YouTube. It's not like I even had anybody show me anything. There's so many good YouTube videos out there by, with pro archers and all that stuff that have been around bows for 30 years.
Yeah.
And it's just the simplest things to look for. Like, oh, my arrows aren't flying good. Okay, well, buy a $20 spin tester off Amazon.
Yeah.
Pine Ridge Archery spin tester. Check your arrows. It's a good chance if you miss, if you're running an aluminum outsert and you missed the target and went in the ground, there's a good chance that thing's tweaked or bent, and that's why that arrow's not flying good. I mean, it takes the littlest amount to throw that arrow off.
Oh, yeah. What are I'll name a couple that I think have been helpful to me, but I'd say knock on John Dudley puts out some really good content, and like I'll preface this with saying I'm not subscribing to like all these guys' philosophies, but some of their technical knowledge on certain aspects is extremely valuable. So like John Dudley is one I've looked at. What's his name? MFJJ. He's another one. Inside Out Archery or Inside Out Precision. He's another good guy on there. I've actually seen some content from Tim Gillingham, which is good. And then the last one, which I don't, not for so much for bows, because I don't think he really knows much about tuning bows, but for arrow setups is Ranch Fairy. And I'm not talking the heavy arrow thing. I'm talking about knock tuning, and point weight tuning. So you're basically spine tuning. He does. That stuff is legit, regardless of what kind of arrow you want to shoot, what kind of head, how heavy it is. That knock tuning and the point weight tuning it really can make a huge deal. So there's resources out there for guys if they want to do it. I mean, I know it's time consuming though. You got to want to do it. If you don't want to do it,
for sure.
But if you want to do it or think you want to, dive into it because you're going to be so much better off.
It's a rabbit hole, but I mean, it's totally worth it. Just having peace of mind, knowing everything's good. I mean, simple things, just making sure you don't have knock pinch and I mean, it's definitely fun to get into it though.
So you said you've been doing stuff yourself for like 10 years or so, roughly, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's had to have been. I'm trying to think what bow I originally started working on Hoyts. I haven't shot a Hoyt since 2018. I don't know. I shot one in 20, I guess. So 18, but I know. So probably, we're probably approaching 10 years in that ballpark. Maybe a touch longer.
Like, how long did it take you to like have a level of confidence?
Yeah, so I guess feel like when you put the bow on the press and you adjust something major and then you shoot it and it doesn't blow up, you're like, oh, yeah. we're good, okay, and then you do it again, and so not that long. I mean, it's really not that complicated, and if you're taking your time and paying attention, like you notice, like, oh, that doesn't look right, like, like we were doing. Once again, I won't say who, but I had another bow in here the other night and came back from the pro shop, and his cables were twisted in his cable guard. They put new strings on it, and they were like on the cables were on the wrong
seated,
side.
right?
And I'm literally like looking at his bow, and I'm starting to screw with it, and I'm like, what's going on? And it's not a bow I'm familiar with. So I'm like, I don't know this harness system and this cam system. Is this supposed to be like that? And I put it on the drawer board and I start to crank it, and all of a sudden, like, because it's pulling from an angle it's not supposed to, the bottom cam goes like this, and I'm like, oh, that isn't right. And so I'm like, all right, something's going on here. So I'm like, man, that again. So we go online and look at, and like, no, that cable's not supposed to be there. So we had to take it, flip it out. We actually were able to take the cable guard apart, but it's like, dude, he would have not known that, and he would have just been shooting his bow with like
the cables flip.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just, and then we have guys making terrible shots on deer and going to crossbows, and we wonder what happens, and they don't even know. They think it's like them. It's like,
right. Yeah, going back to Matt's thing, how long I found myself first couple, handful of times putting a bow on a draw board, and it's like cranking it back, and I'm like looking out of the corner of my eyes. Like,
behind the wall with safety glasses on, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's not rocket science. You get used to it. I mean, it's obviously not a cheap hobby to get into, buying all the little tools to do it. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not saying that you got to do a bow start to finish or get all the equipment to do that or even have a bow press, but it's the simple things that, I mean, you could build a paper tuner with PVC pipe
Oh yeah.
and shoot it through paper and just at least have the peace of mind that you know it's on or not on.
You know what I've done? I've taken literally like a 12 cube or 14 cube cardboard box and then cut the top and bottom off and then just tape the piece of paper over it. Boom.
Yeah.
You can paper too. Like, is that
perfect?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things you can do. And like, I didn't used to have this. And there's other ways to like, you probably need a bow press, but like, there's so many things you can do. Like,
without one.
I still use this like random stuff to work on bows that's like not even designed for it, but it works fine. And like, I don't have the expensive, tool for it. It's like, don't need it.
Right.
So, man, I don't think what people are missing is the level of confidence you get knowing your stuff is dialed and it's not the equipment and you just need to execute. And then knowing how much more precise you can be because everything is. I'm not saying I never make bad shots, but like I rarely make bad shots because of my equipment. You know what I mean? Or like because something isn't right. And I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna shoot through it. It's like.
I know growing up, I feel like my problems were equipment.
Oh yeah, me too. When I was young, I remember that.
Oh yeah,
100%. Like was
light
like
setups and.
You realize though that like if I want to be serious about this and I want to be successful, I can't. I have to eliminate this variable. I can't be like having equipment failures, like simple equipment failures on a chip shot. It's like, oh man, like it's like, dude, you can control that. Like that's one thing you can control. You can't control when the deer is gonna move and when he's gonna walk and how far he's. You can't control that stuff. You can control that, so it's like
no.
Yeah, taking that stuff out. So then like. When something does go wrong, it's you. Like, okay, what am I doing?
Yeah,
it's not the
100%. Like, the most recent screw-up I had that I can think of was that somebody call me out if there's a more recent one, but that deer in torch, the deer in Alberta I shot over the top of. And that was a me screw-up. He was walking up this opposite edge. I ranged the edge.
Yeah.
In my mind, he was standing on that tree line while he was 8 yards off it. I shot him for like 42, and he was like 34 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm shooting. It's like, well, I'll do it. Or no, it was the opposite. I shot him. Yeah, no, I shot him for 42 at like 34, and I shot right over him.
Right.
That was a me mistake. That was a misjudgment. So it wasn't my rangefinder. It wasn't my bow. My bow was perfect. Like everything was perfect. It's me. Fine, I own it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do better next time, right? It's
I'd much rather have that because it's like, missing Wade a couple years ago. Like, that was a me mistake. That wasn't equipment. I mean, it would have been nice to have better equipment so I could have sat in a blind and be able to cover a whole field. But at the end of the day, that miss wasn't an equipment failure. But then go back to, like, the island deer. Missed that bear and then made that bad shot on that buck. Like, that was equipment.
Yeah.
That rest was junk and faulted on me and cost me a bear and almost cost me a buck. I mean, I got the buck, but I made a horrible shot.
Looking back, after the bear, do you think if that happened now, you would have immediately known something was going on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, I was still working on my stuff then. Like, I set that bow up start to finish, but I guess for everybody listening, what happened was there's 2 set screws on the flipper for the rest, basically what your arrow sits in. There's 2 set screws that hold that left and right movement, and it wasn't a rest that had like a micro adjustment. Like, that's how you moved. That was 2 set screws. Well, they were stripped out apparently, and that moved because I had my center shot perfect when I set the bow up, and I should have checked it. Yeah, to answer your question, I would have checked it after I missed that bear, and I didn't. And I shot that other buck, but again, it was only at 8 yards, so there wasn't really a bearing on that. And then when I made that bad shot on the bow, I actually was like looking over the bow, and it looked weird, the rest, and I checked the center shot, and it was off like an inch.
Oh yeah.
So then I pulled on that, I pulled on the rest, and it slid on that whole bar, and it's like, that was my whole problem from the beginning.
Well, and as you gain more confidence and experience working on your stuff, you can identify that stuff really quickly.
Yeah.
Like, I will say that if you take a shot with a bow or something happens, and it like doesn't, it's surprise. You're like, what was that? Like, what the hell?
Something's wrong.
There's something going on.
Wrong.
It's not you. It's not just like, well, I don't know. Let's shoot another one. It's like something's going on there. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, even I remember when I shot that Ohio buck, it was like I made a good shot and the arrow flight was good. Don't get me wrong, but I remember thinking to myself, something wasn't quite right there.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't cost me the deer, luckily, but it was
Right.
enough that I remember. It was enough of a thing that I remembered it. 6 months later when I picked up the bow again, because I just wasn't shooting over the winter, or at least not
Right.
with that bow. So it's when you have those things, there's something going on. I guess the unfortunate thing is most people can't just run in their basement or their office and screw with it, right? They got to go to a pro shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm thinking about like a situation if somebody drops their bow or something, or like what happened to Chris last year, and like stuff gets bumped or whatever.
Yeah.
Weird stuff can happen, and not necessarily your fault, or maybe it is your fault, but either way, during the season, places can be busy, or it's,
Oh yeah. Or you just can't get to
time
them.
is limited
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah. So like
Like, what was Chris gonna do? Like, I mean, I guess he could find a bow shop in
right.
East
It's just
bum F in
well,
Alberta, but
well,
like, good
and
luck.
he was having like the internal battle. He's like, do I even keep hunting? Because like if I
Right.
make a bad shot on a deer and
Right.
I didn't check my shit, then that's
Yeah.
on me. So
Well,
have you ever had anything like that happen when you're on a hunt, and then that like
for sure. Yeah. all
that
the
you
time.
weren't able to check and it bothered you?
Yeah, but the thing is most of the time you can check it some way.
Yeah.
Maybe not when
Yeah.
you get there, but like, I don't know what you think, Kyle. Like, so something happens to someone's bow. Like, what would you check? Not even like not shooting, just like what would you look at on your bow? To like, what are the kind
Like
of
if somebody dropped a bow.
something like that, anything. Like maybe you dry fired it, maybe you dropped it, maybe
Oh boy.
You slipped and fell.
yeah,
going
it
up a
flipped
creek
and
bank
fell,
and
whatever.
yeah.
Like it got.
Well, there's a handful of things to check that I guess wouldn't ruin your hunt. First things first is check your sight.
Yeah,
Take your hand, just wiggle around, make sure nothing feels loose.
right.
And usually you can pinpoint that right away. Do the same thing on your rest.
Yep.
Check that. And then I'm going to check center shot, which for anybody that doesn't know how to check that, basically you set the thing on the top of your foot with an arrow nocked, and you kind of close one eye and eyeball down the cams and the strings and try and get everything in line with your arrow.
Yep.
Or perpendicular to your arrow. And then eyeball your arrow coming out of the front of your bow, and you want it out the center of your limb bolt. If it's
Yep.
going off to the right or going off to the left,
Yeah.
then your center shot's off, which means you just got to move your rest one way or the other. But some bows are paper tuned, shooting good
Right.
through paper, but
Right.
with a bad center shot,
Right.
which is a start, but it's not
Yeah.
right. It's not what
Right.
you want. So you want to check that, and then I would be looking for cam lean, make sure
Yeah.
that nothing looks wonky with that. There's a million things to check. Unfortunately, some problems,
Yeah,
if you
you're
have no
done.
access to a bow press, you might be SOL. But
Yeah, you probably have to leave. But I think
Yeah.
for me, it would be like, okay, I would pick up my bow. I would probably look for like obvious signs of damage. So like
yeah,
cracked limbs, cracked
Yep.
riser if it's a carbon bow.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think you're going to bend aluminum. If you bend aluminum riser, you probably ran over it with a truck. So like it's probably,
Yeah.
I wouldn't shoot
Yeah.
it. But and I don't know how that would happen in the woods. But
Right.
so I'd check that stuff. I'd make sure, like you said, if cams look like they're bent, that's a big deal.
Yep.
Check your
Yep.
strings. Make
Yep.
sure there's no. I mean, you could have some issues where it's, half of your cable, your string is cut, right? Check all
Right.
that. I would definitely check center shot for sure. Definitely, like you said, the sight and the rest. Make sure nothing's loose. And then I draw my bow.
yeah,
Right? Like that's a big one. Draw it slow, like, just and listen, because usually when something's wrong, it makes a sound when you draw. That's what I've noticed. Like a
For
click
sure.
or a creak or
For
a groan
sure.
or something.
yeah, and even have if you got somebody that can stand there next to your bow and look at everything, and
Yeah.
just eyeball everything, make
Yeah.
sure everything looks right.
Yeah, make sure the
Um,
cams are rotating in sync and
In
turning
sync,
over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything looks right. Yeah. And I would say if you have that happen and you go through a thorough check, maybe take 2-3 minutes, go through the whole thing, I would probably say I'd probably be confident to hunt still. I think it'd be
Yeah,
good. Like
for sure.
if I felt dropped out of a tree. Once again, if any of those things are not looking so hot, you might want to go try to address it.
better find someone
Yeah.
for sure.
But what
And that's
did
the
we
other
do?
thing is like,
Yeah.
going back to if you didn't want to get into the rabbit hole of getting all the equipment, do it yourself, you could at least educate yourself on what to look for
Yeah.
and check.
Yep.
And I'm sure any pro shop out there would be more than happy to do anything you want to your bow, as long as they have the knowledge to do it, which they should. You know, it might cost you more than the normal setup fee on a bow, but it is what it is. You either pay for the equipment or you pay for the knowledge and somebody else having the equipment.
Yeah.
So
I had a similar. Well, I started working on my bows. I was driving like over an hour to the coast to the pro shop I worked at, or didn't work at, I went to. And there was just really nobody good near where I lived, not where I'm living now, but before. And there used to be a shop in the next town over, but then they closed. And then there was just like, there's no one around. And I'm like, and I just remember, you know, I drive to the pro shop, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting pretty particular about stuff, right? So like I drive to the pro shop, they work on it, I get back, the next day I'm shooting, I'm like, I know. And I'm like, I got to drive an hour and a half, like that's 3 hours of driving. The next day, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, I got to figure out this stuff myself. I don't have time to be driving back and forth. You know, probably some areas where there's like a high density of good bow shops, probably not as critical.
I mean, that's how it is kind of around me. I can think of, 5 within an hour of me.
Yeah.
3 I don't know anything about. The one I know for sure I wouldn't bring anything to. And the other one, if I were to bring my bow anywhere, there is one pro shop near me that I for sure, I've talked to the guy a couple of times. He's super knowledgeable, and I think he's a pretty legit guy, but I already had all this stuff by then. I didn't know the guy before that.
It does surprise me that there's not more here. There's like nothing.
Right.
Over this way. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think.
There was one small one I know of that just went out.
Really?
He moved, and sold all of his stuff.
Honestly, I'm trying to think, and
that was like a garage operation.
Who's even over here? I mean, I can think of one. I don't want to name names because some are good, some are bad, and like I don't want to. If you name the good ones, then you're kind of implying which one's the bad one, or not bad, but maybe not as great, or So I'm not going to name any names, but yeah, I mean. There is a couple good ones though, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
In the area, like
tons everywhere, no doubt about it.
Yeah, there isn't many that I know of close to me though. Like even here, there was definitely not. Like, there wasn't. I'm not even saying good ones. There just wasn't a boat shop, right? Like that's what I mean. Like there's just no boat shop. Like so, right. Yeah, I had to drive 45 minutes to get to a bow shop, and then when you get to the bow shop, I don't know if it's gonna be a good one or not. So it's like,
yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like. Once you take that ownership, then your hunting changes because, like...
I think it does.
I mean, Kyle, like, if you knew what you knew now, and we'll just make it a broad... This is a loaded question for you. We'll make it a broad scheme of... If you if you knew what you knew about the technical side of your weapons, we'll say in general, bow, muzzleloader, shotgun, what would you have on your wall right now, Kyle?
A handful.
At least two over 170?
Yeah, one for sure.
Yeah. And then...
there's a lot of other variables that, I don't want to say any of them are guaranteed, but the ones that, in my mind, that I can roll back to equipment failure just from being ignorant on knowing it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it cost me since I was a senior in high school, put it this way, I think $4 over 140.
Yeah, and I don't know. I doubt I doubt those $4 would get away from you today.
Right.
But think about that. That's in a short period. But think about if you just never made that change and over a lifetime, what that would add up to. Like it's a big deal. Like if you're actually you're serious about hunting.
2 are with a bow and 2 are with a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had, I think my bow set up now. I mean, the one big 8-point, that was just a shoulder hit.
Yeah.
At like 30-something yards. I mean, I'm fairly confident that if that shot presented itself tomorrow, that it would blow right through.
Yeah.
For sure one, if not both.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I think, was just horrible tuning or what. I don't know what the whole deal with it was. It wasn't that hard of a shot. It's actually, my one buddy was actually sitting with me and has a cell phone video of it, and I shoot, and I don't think my arrow hit anything, and the arrow's just flying like crap through the air. and I hit him like low in the bris. I don't know. I don't know what happened really on that one, but the arrow did not look right in the air.
Yeah.
I know that.
Well, something was up then for sure. Like we said, if it's something's like, what the hell, something happened, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got to learn. I mean, you can't.
No.
It'll never be easy no matter what.
No.
But like you said before, you want to take that variable out of it if you can. Leave it up to yourself as the woodsman, not equipment failures.
Yeah. Another thing I'm thinking of is just when it gets cold out and you're shooting with a bunch of thick clothing on, there's a lot of other stuff that gets thrown in there that you're not used to shooting with either.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets
100%.
tougher and tougher. Now we get crossbows everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Man, it's funny because I'm actually seeing a lot of people. I mean, once again, I'm all for it for people that really it's not feasible for them to shoot a vertical bow effectively.
Yep.
I am, but I think I've made up my mind. Although, and you could probably call me a hypocrite a little bit, and that's fine.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't like crossbows, but I use cell cams. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you could say, well, fair enough. Like,
yeah,
I pick and choose what I think, what I think's okay to make things potentially easier. So, like, yeah, that's a fair criticism. I get that. The crossbow one for me, I think what it comes down to, and you guys can tell me what you think. If what you're doing to make it easier takes a significant investment in not necessarily money, but time and planning and like forethought, I'm okay with it. Like if you have to put a lot of work in and there's a lot of effort in experience to use that tool or to use that tactic, I'm okay with it. But it's when you don't even think about deer hunting for 6 months and then it's like, boom, just don't even think. Just hit the easy button and like go. That to me is too much.
You want to fly a drone over and figure out where the deer are and then go in and kill them?
No, that would be.
That's a weird one for me.
Well, that's illegal here.
Yeah.
I think it's illegal in New York too.
I didn't catch totally what you said, Matt.
I was talking about drones.
The drone thing.
Yeah, like go find an animal with a drone, then go kill it.
Yeah. There's.
Yeah.
It's still I don't know. I have to talk with Hunter. I haven't talked to them if there's any new update on it, but as far as I know, it's still outlawed, the thermal drones in New York.
Yeah, I'm okay with finding wounded deer.
Yeah, 100%.
With a drone, I'm fine on that. I'm fine on that. I don't think that crosses any sort of anything. I mean, maybe, but like I don't want a dead deer just laying in the woods when someone can't find it. And I also would love for a hunter to know that, like, hey, that deer isn't going to die. Like, just leave him alone. Get out of the woods and stop stomping around. Like, let the deer be.
Yeah.
It's going to live. Like, you're good. Like, you know?
David, who we had on last week, I watched a hunt. Was it from last year or a couple years ago?
Oh, that's the Ohio one?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
saw that.
Yeah, he just looked and looked, couldn't find the deer, spent like hours flying this drone around. He found the buck. It was still... he was convinced it was dead, and it was alive. He watched it get up and walk away. Because he complete pass through. The arrow just missed the arteries and whatever. And
that was a few days later, wasn't it?
It was a few days after. Yeah.
Oh.
So like, what's the negative in that? I don't.
Yeah. So it gave him.
The only negative I can see is just, I guess, people that use it in a negative way. It's like, oh yeah, I found the deer. It's still alive, and call it a non-lethal hit, and then just use that information on where the deer's bedded, and go in and sneak up on it when it's vulnerable and kill it.
That for sure. Well then, but even though, how do you feel about this? He's wounded. Maybe you hit him in like just a flesh hit, but he's like not feeling great. So he's like, he knows something happened. So he runs back to his bedroom, and you find him in his bedroom, like his main bedding area.
Right.
And then you wait a week and kill him coming out of that bedding area in the evening.
Right.
I don't know about that one. It's you know what I mean? Like that's a tough one. I don't know. Like you probably wouldn't have been there if you had to.
The problem with it is it's always going to be, in that sense, I guess, your word against it. who can make the for sure call, oh, that deer will live or that deer won't? Because I'm also all for if that deer is going to just sit there and suffer for a week, let's call it.
Yes.
Or it's right before a hard winter and he's going to just suffer for weeks through a hard winter. It's like, yeah, go out and kill the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
But where do you draw that line, like to make that call?
It's a slippery
It's a tough one, but
sure.
Because
there's more positive than negative, I would say, on the recovery aspect.
I think so too. I think so. I mean, there's always going to be people that are going to abuse stuff and like push it too 100%. Far. That's just like human nature, I think. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't. I mean, that's with anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's some sketchy stuff though.
Yeah. The whole crossbow thing, I guess where I stand on it is, I don't know how other states were with their laws, but at least with New York is, it was always the last 14 days of bow season, anybody could use them. So essentially the best time to deer hunt anyway, the best 14 days of deer hunt, you could use them anyway. And then if you're somebody that isn't physically able to use a bow, you have some, like my dad, he's got a jacked up elbow. He can't even draw a bow at 50 pounds. You can go and get a doctor's note and submit that to the state or whatever. I don't know what the actual steps are. And you can use the thing all bow season. So if you're somebody that can't shoot a vertical bow, physically can't, you could have already used the thing all bow season anyway. So opening it up for the whole, what is that benefiting?
Yeah.
It's just putting more pressure out in the woods for us. I don't want to say traditional guys because we're using compounds, but vertical bow guys.
Yeah. I know. Although
that public I hunted last year, it's like I didn't see any pressure till Crossbows open, and then it was all hell broke loose. So it's like, am I going to see that all year now this year? I mean, a bunch of essentially 20-year-olds run around with crossbows. It's like, you guys can all use compounds. Like, why wouldn't you want to? I don't know.
I feel the way you do, so I agree with you. But the stick bow guys could say the same thing about the wheel bow guys.
I know they could. I know they could.
So I have to temper that and at least
100%.
But I do feel that way, regardless if it's completely logical. And that is one that I feel like has been a tough one.
Yeah.
I think the problem that it's not bow hunting. I can say that unequivocally, like without feeling hypocritical. Like that's not bow hunting. It's just it's not. It's not even. It doesn't look like bow hunting.
I mean, dude, until last year, the county I grew up in was a shotgun county.
Yeah.
Those crossbows are more accurate than the shotguns I grew up shooting at deer during gun season. Like, it's not bow hunting.
No.
It's not bow hunting.
No.
I mean, you'd be lucky with them shotguns that I grew up, them pumpkin throwing slug guns. You'd be lucky to get a pattern on a pie plate at 50 yards. It's like them crossbows are touching arrows at 50. Like,
I know.
It's not bow hunting. It's not.
So it's like, hey, if we want to call it something else, that's fine.
Yeah, 100%.
But like, let's just not call it bow hunting because it's not bow hunting.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like I said, I don't have a problem with the weapon in particular. No, like it's a lesser weapon than stuff that I hunt with and feel good about. So that's not the point.
Right.
It's like, let's just not pretend it's bow hunting. And then if it isn't bow hunting, then why are we putting it and running them the same as bow season?
Right.
And if we're saying, well, there's a reason. Okay, well, what's the reason? Okay, we have a reason, but it's all right. Then we can talk about that. But let's not just say, well, it's the same. It's not the same. It's just not. It's not the same as bow hunting.
It'll always be a sour subject. I don't know. I mean, I understand not everybody's going to feel the same way I guess we feel, but it's like, don't get me wrong, I like shooting a nice buck with any weapon, but you get that little extra gratification when it's with a bow.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I just don't understand when you're ate up with it, why, if it's bow season, like, well, I don't know why you'd want to use something that's easier. Just, I guess, to put that deer on your wall, make it easier to put that deer on your wall. I guess that's not what hunting's about for, I guess, me. Maybe that's why I don't understand it.
Yeah, I think, I think that for me, I know I push my equipment to be as efficient and maximize its lethality, but it's within the constraints. You have to have some constraint of like what. All right, this is the parameters we're working within. All right, how within that can I make this the most effective weapon as possible? My point is crossbows are not even close to within those parameters. They're just not. Like, it's not within the archery parameters. So let's just not call it that. Like, I'm all for, like, you know, tuning your bow and, like, setting it up so you can shoot longer distances, or you can take shots to go through a shoulder blade consistently. Where, like, traditionally, traditional setups do get some pretty good penetration. But, like, the distance, they're not shooting that distance. So
right.
I get it, but I just feel like this is just, like, an obvious, blatant difference.
For like muzzleloader season, it's like, yeah, you can build like what we did. You can build a smokeless setup and get the yardage out of it that you can't with call it a typical inline muzzleloader. But you're still in. I mean, there's still so many variables with it that still make it fall under that muzzleloader category. Yeah. I mean, still got to make sure your powder doesn't get wet. Yeah. You know,
still got to load it from the front. You still got to do load development. Yeah. You still is it more effective? Yeah, but it's still. It's not a rifle. Right. It's a rifle. It's not a centerfire rifle. It just isn't. It's heavier, it's bigger, it's harder, you know.
Pretending that crossbows it's bow hunting, so you should be able to use it all. Like, it's not.
That's my point. It's not that. So let's not call it that. If we want to call it, it's crossbow / bow season. Okay. Now we're just gonna have a crossbow season too. That's the same as bow season. Yeah. I guess fine. I don't know, but. Don't be like, oh, it's just bow season. You're going to use a crossbow, because it's like, no, it's not. Yeah. Like, it's fine. You know, the weird thing to me is crossbows have been around since, like, the Middle Ages. I don't know why all of a sudden what is the huge push now to make these things legal? It's not like they're new. They're not new. They've been around forever.
I mean, they've definitely taken huge innovation steps in the last 10 years, but
so is all archery, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
So, I just want, like, New Hampshire, it's legal, and New York's legal. So those are two states that I hunt a lot. I've hunted for a long time, and they never were legal. And then all of a sudden, both. It's like, what? I feel like there's something. And you know, I've heard a lot of people talking about, like, the crossbow lobby, like people lobbying these states to make them legal. But then it kind of is like pushed in under the guise of, like, oh, more opportunity. It's like, well, why are we calling for more opportunity now about this, but there hasn't been calls for it up until this point? No, it's all about crossbows. Yeah. No, all about.
I think it's all money grabs. I mean, I know in New York, a lot of pushing for certain laws is insurance money and all that. I mean, so many deer get hit by cars. They all claim, oh, there's not enough deer getting shot. I know that's why. So they're doing whatever they can do to make it easier. I mean. I just hope it doesn't keep going. Like, I just hope a line gets drawn to a certain point. It's like, what's next? These lobbyists are going to think, oh, let's legalize baiting. It'll make it easier for them to kill deer. Like,
that would be...
It would ruin it. It would ruin the state.
That would be the nail in the coffin. I really don't want that.
No.
I have something else I was thinking about as we were talking way back a few minutes ago. But what are your thoughts on the fact that only a licensed dog tracker or a game warden can dispatch a deer after legal shooting hours, or dispatch anything? Talking about having things suffer for a long time. Say you're miles and miles back and nobody's getting to you till the morning, and you have a deer that's spined or whatever, got shot, but it's not going anywhere. You're just going to sit there and look at it?
Well, no. Probably not going to do that.
Probably not.
But the problem is that once it's legal, then you get guys walking around the woods at night with rifles, and they're shooting big bucks with a spotlight and saying, oh, I shot it. You know, like, so that is a very, very slippery slope. So I don't know. That's kind of one where you just...
Do you know of any situations...
Use your best judgment.
Do you know of any stories of people, like, giving the game warden a call and getting, like, an okay? Or I don't personally. I was just curious.
No, I don't think so. I think if anything, it's a tracking dog, because I know I've heard of them dispatching of animals that they find.
Yeah, no, I mean...
I don't think I know of any.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough subject, I guess. I think you have, I'll just say, as a hunter, you have a responsibility to do everything within your power
not make it suffer.
To make an ethical decision.
Yeah.
And, not let an animal suffer. That to me is a tough one. I really don't like to see animals suffer at all. I really don't like that. So yeah, it's a tough one. Yeah, call the warden, call a dog tracker, figure out what you got to do. But to me, your first priority is to the animal. Use your best judgment, I guess. But that's a tough one. But I don't see any way that they're like, yep, you're good to dispatch it at, just don't even have to ask the warden or get anybody there. Yeah, if you, they can't say that. That's going to just open up.
Yeah, there's too many.
It's just like the guys that I see. I had a guy once, drove me fucking crazy. He shot a big buck, really big buck, and he is in the areas that I hunted. I didn't know the deer, but he was in the same area. So it was like, awesome, good for you. Shoots the buck. And during rifle season, one buck tag and a rifle. No, it's not. There's no does there. And then 3 days later, I get him in there with his rifle on a trail camera, walking around again. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" I actually texted him because I know. I was like, "No, I know." I'm like, "What are you doing?" "Oh, coyote hunting." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." You're not coyote hunting, and that's my thing. Is people can say, "Well, I'm coyote hunting." It's well, it's so. Yeah, I don't.
But if the opportunity presents itself, I'm in a convenient location where nobody's around.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say biggest thing for that is, like you said, contact law enforcement or game warden or whatever. Because there was one time, I think I was still in high school when this happened, but I was driving down the road and I seen a small, I think it was a 1.5-year buck. He was hit on the side of the road, but he's still alive, and he was, I don't know, probably 20 yards out in a cut cornfield. And it was after legal shooting light. It was right before, it was gray light.
Yeah.
And I called DC and was telling them about it. And basically they couldn't dispatch anybody there soon enough. So they told me to just basically take the thing out. Yeah. I mean, shoot it. And they did tell me to just leave it there though. Don't take it. So, but basically instructed me to put the thing under. And yeah.
Well, that's good. I feel like that's a good. I've had that too. I had a cop once tell me that was a bad story with the roadkill, but same thing. He was like, "Yeah, take care of it." So that wasn't a warden, but the cop was like, "I don't know. What's the protocol for that? Do you even have to talk to Fish and Game if there's a roadkill or situation as an officer?"
People will usually call us, and we can either refer them or.
But you can dispatch animals.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to?
Yeah, I mean,
is there anything you have to do with Fish and Game?
We'll usually let them know, especially if there's any thought of rabies or something like that or whatever. But for example, I went to a call a couple weeks ago. It was a raccoon in somebody's backyard that had rabies, and I don't even know how Fish and Game. I think there probably was 2 neighbors that had called them the same thing, and one of them called us, one of them called Fish and Game. So we got there at about the same time. But yeah, we'll take, especially midnight shift or something, they're not working, they're not around, so we'll just take care of it. But
it seems
we're busy enough generally if they'll come out and deal with it before we do. But yeah,
I got a funny story of Matt, you'll like this one. It was
what do you got?
It was a local town cop. This was about the same time as that other story, and it was a little doe was hit on the side of the road, and I was with one of my buddies. And it was still alive, and the woman that hit the deer, I was going south down the road, one was coming north, and I seen the deer come out, her hit it. So we both pulled over, and the doe was laying right in the road, and a cop was right there down the road, coming out, nobody had to call or nothing, and the deer was still alive, and the cop pulls out, made sure everybody's all good. The deer was still sitting there alive, trying to drag it. It was smoked, but it was still alive. And you could tell this cop's never been in this situation before. And I'm like, what are you going to do? Are you going to shoot the thing? And he's like, yeah. And we're all standing there, within a 5-foot circle of this deer. And he doesn't even say nothing to anybody. He just does it's a movie. When a cop fast draws his pistol. And he just fast draws his pistol out. And takes a shot and completely misses it. So, me and my buddy are sitting there looking at each other what is going on here? And then he goes up closer and he shoots, and he was trying to shoot it in the head, and he hit under it, under his chin. And I don't know if he didn't hit the esophagus, but he hit it, and it was basically done, but it was still like on the shoulder of the road. So I go to grab the thing to drag it further into the ditch, like get it off the road, and it did like one last little kick, and he like screamed at me to get back, and he drew his gun again. He was like, the thing was going to attack me. And I said, no, this thing's dead. Like it's
we're
good.
done here. Stop.
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, shit.
And, yeah, I don't remember what happened after that, if we talked or just kind of went separate ways, but I was like lost of words with that. Like we're all standing there like he was contemplating, like, should I shoot this thing? And he just didn't even say a word, just fast drew his pistol. Like he was at the range and, yeah, completely missed on this thing at like 5 feet. It's funnier than hell.
Dude, it's so funny. So a lot of the people that I work with are from Massachusetts, or like just grew up not hunting or being around animals.
Yeah.
And people who like don't have any experience don't realize that when you shoot something, it doesn't just like the lights don't just go out and then nothing else happens after that. It's not over.
Yeah.
Like, there's been some good ones, like shooting the thing like center mass, and they're like, oh, it just like kept like running around. I don't know what I don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's wild.
There's this story I've heard about one guy. He actually wrote a book, or it's like a bunch of short stories or whatever. But he wrote a story in this book about how when he was new, he was working the night shift by himself in this town. He had to go deal with a deer that got hit by a car but was still alive. He shot the thing. Guess how many times? He shot the thing like 39 times.
What?
He just,
dude, I believe
there's
it.
17 rounds generally in a magazine. So that means not once but twice. He ran out and then put a new mag in and kept going because the thing was still
wild.
Also, like, if people don't know, like, if you've never shot a deer or hunted, like, you don't probably even know where to shoot it. Like, I know, honestly, like, in my opinion, the best way to dispatch a deer that's wounded is just shoot it right behind the shoulder in both lungs. It is dead within 10 seconds, and it's one shot, and it's easy, and it's just done.
Well, like the thing with deer that get hit by cars, generally, like their back legs or like they're usually paralyzed.
Yeah,
the back half of them, so they're trying to get up, and their head's squirming all around, and then you get closer to them, they obviously get stressed out and start to flail even more.
Right.
So like trying to shoot the thing's brain is this big.
Right, and that's
like,
moving.
Yeah,
no, I agree. Like this,
and then you should got to try and like use a pole and like pin it down. It's just a mess.
Yeah,
like,
no.
just,
like bow and gun.
Yeah.
Bow and gun. I do the same, and I've done it. I've had to do it a couple times with bow and gun. That's what I do, and it's like once you put that arrow, it's just, I mean, anything. It's if the deer's 100 yards or 5 feet, once you put that bullet through or arrow through both lungs, it's dead within 10 seconds.
Oh yeah,
100%. It's like so much, and then it's like just do it once, shoot once, and then walk away. Put your weapon, come back, and you're good. Like you don't need to.
There,
boom, boom, fast drop.
Just a little bit of trigger time.
There really should be like, it doesn't need to be a long thing, but even just like a 15-minute little thing. Like here's a presentation on what you do if you find the situation. Just like people just have absolutely no idea. It's really funny.
To not make an ass out of yourself.
All right, I'll tell my story. I got one too. It was so. I was either a senior in high school or freshman in college. It was around Thanksgiving, I remember. It was November, obviously, and it was the rut. And I was driving down a road, like, right near my house.
Yeah.
And it was, it must have been, it was daylight, so it must have been, I don't know, it was during the day, whatever. I don't remember what time it was. Anyway, doe runs out in front of my truck, and then, like, a 4-pointer is right on her ass. And I just slam that thing, like, just slam him.
Center, man.
He hit, he almost got by me, but he didn't. So the left front of my truck hit the left front of him, and I hit him like hard. And and it was a paved road. He hit the pavement, and the force pushed him across the other lane onto the breakdown lane. The shoulder. He hit the shoulder, went up. He hit that, came up in the air, and then landed there. But he was very much alive. And he, like, kibbied back across into the lane. He was on the other shoulder. And I'm like, God. And there's a house right there. And there was woods on the other side. He came out of the woods, and I don't know where the doe was going, like almost into someone's yard. So I don't remember how it happened, but a cop was there pretty quick. And this deer's suffering. I don't feel good about it. Like, I'm like, we got to end this thing. And I remember when the cop came, I was like, oh, good. Like, he can take care of this quickly. And so I kind of like approached him quick, like, hey, he's done. There's no, like, you gotta dispatch him. Like, it's, go get, he's suffering. Go take care of it. And so he like kind of walks up and he's like taking his time and he's like looking, and I'm like, let's go. Like, dude, let's go. Like, there's no reason. Like, just kill the thing. Let's go. Like, end it for the. I felt bad. And I'd been waiting for a couple minutes, I think, so I didn't feel good. And I think I said to him, I'm like, I'm a hunter. This thing's gonna die. Like, I've seen, like, it's not. We need to just dispatch it. Yeah. So he's like, oh, you're a hunter. Do you have like a knife or something? I'm like, I don't know. So like, I go in my truck and I'm like, I find literally just like in my, I don't know, center console or glove box or maybe behind the seat, I found like a literally legit Swiss Army knife, like the kind with like a spoon on it, right? Like that kind of Swiss Army knife.
Brett was probably over there corkscrewing his eye.
It did, 100%. And it was like one I had forever, and I don't know, threw it in my truck, I guess. And it's like that. I've never sharpened it in my life, the blade on it. So I'm like, no, not that. And then I found. I actually had a 22 mag rifle in my truck, but I didn't have any rounds. So I'm like, how am I going to? And he's just like, and I'm like, fuck, this guy ain't going to do anything. I was like, okay. And I'm like, how am I going to kill it? So I'm feeling bad, and I feel now it's up to me to like put this thing out. So I'm like, well, I was like, the barrel isn't like huge on that 22 mag, but like I can maybe like hit it, crack it out in the skull, and like just black it out, right? Like that's what I'm thinking to myself. So I'm like, shit. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I play baseball. I can swing pretty hard, and like I can hit what I'm going for. So I grabbed it by the butt of the rifle, the stock, and I go to swing at it, and it like moves, and I go to like try to correct, and I just crack the crown of the muzzle on the pavement, miss the deer, and it just breaks the stock right in half. So now I have like, there's no stock. It's just the action with the fore end and the barrel. And so now I'm like, I can't do any of this now. Like, there's nothing to swing. So I got this, I'm like, and the cop's like looking at me, and he's like, I'm just looking, I'm like, dude, come on. Like, you have a fucking, your handgun right there. Just kill it. And he's still looking at me, and I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to get the Swiss Army knife. And so I went and got that Swiss Army knife, and he's just like, dude, it was so brutal. It was so dull. The deer is very much alive, and I'm like on the deer, like trying to, like, it was brutal, man. Like, just, it would not cut through the hide. I had to, that to get it to go in. And then when I get it in to penetrate, it's not cutting because it's dull. And so I'm like, oh, it was gruesome. And so I get one side, and of course I hit like an artery, but that's still not like one apparently that was going to end it in like 5 or 10 seconds. So now the deer is, breathing out. It's like just
horrible.
And then so I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go for the other side now. And he's just standing there. And at this point, I'm kind of like irritated. I'm like, will you shoot the fucking deer? Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not equipped to handle this. This isn't like.
Right.
So I ended up killing it. And he's like, oh, well, you want it? I'm like, yeah, I guess. Whatever, dude. Like, I was like pissed. So I took it. But it was just like, that was
probably like the worst eating deer you've ever had in your life. Things so
brutal, man. Like, I don't remember it. We definitely ate it. I mean, it was fine, but.
Right.
That just pisses me off. Like, why wouldn't you?
I don't know. It was. I'm like, what?
Just doesn't know.
Was it a younger guy?
Just clueless.
I want to say he was fairly young, like probably 40 or under.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 30 or under.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really remember who it was, or I don't think I knew the cop. He was from the town I grew up in, but I don't think he was one like I remembered.
Yeah.
But I remember I was just like growing increasingly irritated with him. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, you're sitting here watching this. I'm struggling. Can you just shoot the damn deer? Like, you have the tool necessary to end this extremely quickly. I don't. I'm freaking sweating and struggling. And it's like, what are we doing?
Also, probably has a rifle or a shotgun in his car. Also,
probably.
So that was a little bit ridiculous. And every cop I tell that story to is like, who was this guy?
Yeah, I know.
I don't know, man. Like, and I don't know.
I want to like figure out who it is and call him and be like, hey, remember that time?
I don't know what
10 years ago.
What his reservation was. It's not like it was like there was a house across the road, but like there was it was like woods on the one side. So and he was on that side, and it would have been legit, like to dispatch it. It wouldn't have been a big issue. I don't know. I have no idea. But maybe I was like 17 or 18, so maybe I was dumb and was maybe there was like a mother and her daughter were like in the window watch. I don't know. But then they don't. But you don't want to see that either. Worse. So I don't think that's. I don't know.
Watching you out there freaking doing your spring training on this thing.
Dude, I swung so hard at that thing, and it just like moved its head, and I just tried to correct, and I just slammed it on that pavement, just snapped it right now, and I was like, sweet. Yeah, I never. Oh, man.
Now you got a broken gun.
Yeah, I think I might still have it somewhere, at least the action in the stock, but yeah, that was ridiculous. So I don't know how we got on that subject, but yeah, I guess you asked a dispatching question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that where it's tough. It's a tough situation.
It's even like I know some states, I don't know, could be totally wrong on how they are, but just even the recovery on posted land,
Yeah.
I agree with the law, but then also I hate the fact that somebody could tell you no.
Right.
And you can't even go and get your deer.
Yeah.
Especially near me with how small parcels are. I mean, I'm hunting some properties that are 20, 30 acres, and it's like, it's a 50-50 shot if this deer is going to die on the property I'm hunting or not.
Yeah.
And it's like, I guess that's the biggest thing. You try to have a good relationship with your neighbors around that you hunt near, but that's a tough one for me. I think, I don't know which, because there's a couple different laws that different states have, and I don't know which one I like the most. Like, I know there's some that you can go, you just can't bring a weapon.
I know in Iowa you can go and get it.
Just no matter what, or you can't have a weapon.
I don't know about the weapon thing. I can't remember. But I know you can go get it. Like, actually, that buck I shot ran onto the neighbors. Not by much.
Yeah.
She was on like 30 or 40 yards. So I will say I didn't specifically ask the neighbor if I could recover, but they had let me access through their land to get to the stand I was hunting. So I didn't ask him, but it was like it was like he was dead like 30 yards over the line. I knew the law, like I legally could get it. So I just went and grabbed him and dragged him. I think I put a tag on him, then drug him back across. So it wasn't like, a big deal, but
I think that in Iowa you can with no
restrictions? I don't know about the restrictions. I know it was daylight. I don't know. It was daylight when I did it. I could see the deer. I know you can do it.
Yeah.
At least I'm really hoping that you can now that I said that, but I'm pretty sure that unless the law, this is in 2015 as well. Statute of limitations is ended, and also maybe the laws have changed. But no, but I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah. I think it's always best to ask. This was a situation though that the landowner was like an old lady that was not on the land ever.
Yeah.
And she I wasn't messing anybody up, but we talked to her about accessing it, and so like I said, it was not and it was 30 yards. I was on her land for probably less than 1 minute to grab the deer and pull it off. But yeah, I know there's a lot of states where it's like, nope, can't go on. Sorry. I think most of the time people are going to be cool, but
all it takes.
What if you have that one neighbor that's sitting on your line and he's always wounding shit and running onto you, and he calls you every That's hey, dude, what are we doing here? No, you can't go get it. Stop doing that because, you're making bad shots. You're sitting on my line.
Right.
And, this is the fourth time you've called me for the same thing. And every time it's a wild goose chase through my property. So, get off my line and start making some better shots, and then you can come, you know what I mean? So I guess that would be a situation where I'd be like, you need to be better, man. This is not a free pass just to do whatever you want, so.
Or that guy.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Or that same guy, you've given him permission before. He's called you multiple times, killing deer running onto your property. He doesn't return the favor. You kill a deer. Imagine that.
Yeah. That'd be some BS. Something happened there. We're back.
What do you think of this? If a state if the law said that you could go across, but depending on the situation, you have to try and make an effort to contact the landowner to see if they could accompany you while they're walking, essentially walk you through.
Yeah, have to make a documented effort.
I mean,
I'd go a step further, and it's like, why don't you do that? And then if you can't, get a CEO, DEC, warden, whoever, and they can accompany you.
Right.
There's a lot of problems with this, I'll say. Like, I think there's a lot of problems with it. But so
with that idea,
yeah, okay, well, what a freaking you can just walk on my land without any permission, like just because.
I'm just thinking about it from the scope of like any other law enforcement duty.
Okay,
you can go on property.
You can.
Yeah.
Does it depend on the state?
Well, I know if I have like a legal reason to be there, you can't tell me to get out, or you can't tell me to like get off your lawn, but I'm there for something. I don't know.
Okay. I guess what I'm saying is it's easy to say this, but there's a lot of stuff that lawyers have to figure out that just hangs on the coattails of these harebrained ideas. But I do think the concept is good. It's just it would take some working out. Also, like, not to go back to it, but like the guy that isn't dialed and he shoots the thing in the frickin' hoof, and now he wants to go trail, walk through your whole. It's like, yeah. So there's inherently problems with this, and it's almost situational.
Yeah, I don't think that I personally, like I said, I've never heard of or thought of a perfect scenario for that.
Yeah.
I kind of like how we are, that it's like, you have to contact me to go out there. There's no...
Yeah.
Like, I could be wrong on this, but I'm almost certain even here in New York, a DC officer can't just bring you to go and get a deer. No, I could be wrong on that, but I don't think he can.
I have heard of Fish and Game in New Hampshire, if they're struggling, contacting the landowner and being like, listen, can I accompany this hunter, or can I go retrieve this animal for this hunter? I've heard of that happening.
I've heard that around here too. But it's weird to me because also I'm pretty sure game wardens around here can just, if they get a tip like, oh, my neighbor's baiting, they can just go out there and look.
Well, I think that's to Matt's point, though. If he's like there for business, then
a lawful reason.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like the full reign that, like you said. I mean, you could have a neighbor that's just shooting,
abusing it
every deer on your line. And the betting's on yours, so of course they're going to go that way to die.
Well, and it becomes part of their. Well, I can do that, so it's going to become part of my tactic of how I'm going to. Like, that's what I have a problem with. If it happens, that's it's fine. Like if you call me and the deer runs on my land, I'm going to be like, all right, what happened? Well, what deer was it? How was it? Where did you shoot it? How far is it? And I'm going to be like, assess this, and it's like, we're going to go look for it, but. If you're like, I don't know what happened, I don't know, and I go out there and, like, we find your arrow and there's no hair and, like, there's 2 drops of blood and, like, we go for 100 yards, there's nothing, I'm like, yeah, dude, you didn't, we're done. Like, we're not, like, there's nothing here. Whereas, like, if you just say, yeah, it's free reign, he could be, like, literally blow up your entire property for a deer that you knew in the first 60 seconds is just like, we're not finding this deer. Yeah. Like, you can just tell. So,
yeah, I want to walk back what I said before, because as we were talking, I was thinking about, I feel differently about somebody coming onto my property that I don't know versus me knowing I'm like a decent person wanting to go on somebody else's property.
That's what I mean. There's a lot. It's not easy. Like there's like I said, there's situations. I think I'm not cool with, like I said, I'm not cool with a dude that's not prepared and he's a disaster sitting on my line and just winging arrows at deer and be like, hey, can I go? Like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, get out of here. No, like, if the first time it happens, I'm probably going to humor him. But after it's like a trend and a pattern, and like this guy is, I'm going to be like, I'm going to tell him, I highly suggest you be more proficient with your bow and to make better shots. But that's up to you. That's a personal thing. I suggest you do that. But B, get off my line, because the next one you can't track. Like, okay, so get off my line and shoot deer. They're gonna die on you if you're gonna be like this. If it's a kid that makes a bad shot, or a guy that like, he deliberately hits a deer and he like gives it time and he does like the right thing and he's being respectful and responsible. Yeah, let's go get your deer. But if I can see it being an issue with some people. It's like this guy's just a problem. I don't want him anywhere close to my land. So
dude, there's a couple places that we hunt back up where I grew up that You got to make sure a deer doesn't run because it's going to go across the border.
Oh, yeah? Oh, then what happens?
I don't know.
That's a weird one.
What do they do? Just walk over and throw it
Canada?
over the fence and come back?
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, and then the
Actually,
freaking border patrol finds you with a deer. Like, that's actually real illegal. Actually, now I think of it, you got to like fill out import or export forms to do any of that.
Yeah.
So you definitely can't do that.
Yeah,
you definitely can't. Yeah.
It is
even though it's like it's an imaginary line, like legally you definitely can't do that.
Yeah.
But
it's not like it's hard to go across. It's just like a barbed wire fence.
Is that what it is there?
In that spot it is, yeah. I don't know about other places, but yeah, it's like
is there signs?
Yeah. And there's like a lot of trail cameras that are strapped to trees and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've had a couple instances where like go walk to the blind and there's like a one-way set of footprints in the snow coming across the border. Yeah, there's been
no shit.
Yeah, so I don't
interesting.
A little spooky sometimes up there. There was this whole thing recently. Somebody caught 7 or 8 people coming across.
I've heard of it. Like
they were like
things happening.
They were like gonna charge him with kidnapping because he like held them all down at gunpoint until people got there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I have heard of one guy that I grew up hunting with. He shot a big buck, and it ran onto some guy's land. This guy was just notorious for not, and I don't know, maybe for good reason. I have no idea. I don't know the guy. I don't know the situation. But he would not let it. He said it was the biggest buck he's ever shot, and the guy would not let him go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I've also heard, which I think is ridiculous, so just to kind of give the perspective, like I have heard of people like, okay, me and you, you and your neighbor are hunting a buck.
Yeah.
Big one. You shoot it. Runs over onto your neighbors. He knows what buck it is. You tell him what buck it is. He's pissed that you shot it. Says, no, you can't get it. Then he takes it.
Yeah.
That's wow,
that's
dude.
bad.
Like, that to me is crazy. Like, I would never do. That's crazy. Like,
I've never understood that. I mean,
what's that?
I've heard so many stories of people taking other people's deer, and it's like around me, where it's like there's such a plethora of them. It's like, man,
what are you gonna do with the thing? You know, put
so
it up on the wall
man.
and say, "Oh yeah, my buddy or the neighbor shot it, and I took it out of spite." Like, what are you gonna do with the thing?
It happened to Joe 4 or 5 opening days ago.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Yep. It ran onto the neighbors, and he had blood going all the way to it. And he had a good relationship with the guy that owned the property, but not with the guy that hunted the property. And he had permission to track deer and everything, but he was his uncle. I think could have the story messed up a little bit, but his uncle I think was out there with him, and he didn't want to go the way the deer went because it was kind of towards the way his uncle was, and he wanted to let him hunt for a couple hours because he shot it like early in the morning, so he let it, sat there for a little bit, and then they met up and started tracking the deer, went on to the neighbors, and it went right past that neighbor's tree stand. They went underneath another tree stand, and you could see the pile of blood, like that's where the thing was laying.
Yeah.
And the deer wasn't there. And he confronted the guy. I don't really even know what ended up happening. I think he ended up confronting the guy later that day because he couldn't find him at that point and denied it, essentially. And that was basically where that got left, I think. But,
jeez.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
That bothered me a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit?
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know what to think.
It's a real thing around here for sure.
People get crazy. Like, I care about deer a lot in hunting, but, like, people need to chill. If you're, like, stealing your neighbor's big buck because, like, come on, dude. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is crazy.
The people that do that, it's like they just literally, whatever.
Suck.
Maybe I'll push somebody's buttons, but they just suck. They just suck at hunting and literally cannot shoot a buck to save their life, let alone a decent buck. And when they get that opportunity, it's an ego thing, I think.
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
My brother's dealing with some stuff. He's got like 5 or 10 acres, whatever, but all the land around him is a dairy farm, and he got permission when he moved in. They said, "Yep, just the like one neighbor up on the road. They hunt like the fields down below. They've got some box pines or whatever, but they said like the woods up behind it, you're good to go. Just stay off their half, essentially."
Right.
He killed a decent 8-pointer up there last year on top of the hill, and then there were turkeys around the spring, so we were watching them a bunch, but we ended up killing the bird, skinning the thing out, and its legs were like, one of its legs was just green and nasty. Start pulling like BBs out of it. It had gotten shot on Youth Day when this other guy was in there with his kid. Nothing was said like directly to him, but they know each other indirectly, and the guy was butthurt about it that we killed his turkey, and ended up going. Well, fast forward months later.
People get butthurt about someone killing their turkey, but go ahead.
Fast forward months later, and my brother has the neighbor knock on his door. And this was like a friend of the neighbor who had permission. So I don't even know if he had permission in the first place to be up there, but whatever. They essentially told him he can't hunt there anymore, and that was kind of what it was all stemming from. He said like 3 times within the last week, between 8 and 9 o'clock at night, they've been driving up in the field with their trucks, like spotlighting deer and shit. It's like,
yeah, it happens with deer too. Everything's, oh, that was my deer. It's just,
yeah, like it's a turkey, dude.
It's a natural.
And it wasn't like there was a lot of turkees up there. It wasn't like that was the only one. There's like 2 different flocks.
I don't know. People are.
It's a shared resource. I mean, you don't have a 10-foot high tensile fence around your property. Like you don't own.
I mean, and like, I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that turkey hunting wasn't great this last year, as we all kind of figured out. So people were irritated that they.
I don't know.
Yeah,
weren't able to get their birds like they usually did. But I was like, come on, dude.
Did he? Whatever. Who knows?
I mean, there's guys around here for waterfowl that would pull crap like that. It's like, it's, one of them farms that a lot of people have permission for, like kind of like a loose permission thing. Like they give permission to anybody, you just got to ask. And you'll go and hunt a field and people get so butthurt. It's like, oh, them were my birds. I was going to hunt them this weekend. It's like, and cause stirs. And that's why, a lot of farmers.
Yeah. They don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like, oh, the amount of times it's happened with me involved.
Think about
just stories like calling farmers at 3 a.m. causing crap. It's like they don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like, think about it from their perspective. Like they're trying to do everybody a favor. They probably believe that, hey, yeah, I'd love to share my land and give opportunity to people, but they're freaking busy. They got a lot of shit going on, whether they're a farmer or a large landowner or whatever. Unless, I guess, maybe you inherited it from a family and you just hanging out. But most people have stuff going on. They're working it, or they have a job that they can afford to have land. They probably have responsibilities. If you're a farmer, you're just like always busy and got shit to do. And you got like all these guys complaining that you let on their land about the situation on their land, about hunting or like a duck or a turkey or a deer. And this guy doesn't care about that at all. And he's like,
no.
Dude, I don't have time for this. I feel like you guys can't work it out. Like, just get out of here. Like, I get that. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, man,
that's happened so much around me in the last 5-6 years of waterfowl. I mean, it used to never be a problem, really, with anybody. Like, you had permission from so many farms, and so many don't give permission to anybody anymore because was always a bitch fest at 3 a.m, 2 a.m, and and then it got to the point you almost had to sleep at the field the night before, and then cops would get called for suspicious vehicles on the side of the road, and it just caused crap.
Well, and then that's how these leases come up, because they're like, well, I don't care to hunt it. I don't want to deal with the BS. I'm going to let one guy hunt it that's going to pay me, and then it's done. Like, there's no, I lease this, get out of here. Like, there's no, nope, it's leased. Click. Like, that's what you end up with. Or nothing at all. So.
Right. A lot of people ruin it for everybody, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I don't really September goose hunt anymore for that. It's like that's when everybody's trying to do it. And,
right.
I mean, everybody's trying to sleep at fields, and it turned crazy.
I did it for turkeys once.
I remember doing that for turkeys.
I did that for turkeys one time.
Yeah. It's like, you try and get to the spot. Better off just sleeping there the night before.
Right.
You gotta get one of those campers like John has, and then you can just stealth camp in that thing.
That was when I did it. I was tired, and it was cold, dude. It was like 25. Legit. It was opening day, and I was up north, and I got a warm bag though, and I got in that thing, dude. I was out, just out, and then all of a sudden, a coyote ran up on me. And he's just barking at me all of a sudden from like 10 yards away. And I'm like, what's going on? And I just was like a little bit of moonlight. I just see him just, and I'm like, oh my God. And he's just like, he didn't know what I was. Yeah. He's like, what is that?
Just freaked him right out.
Oh, I did. He must have just ran right into me, but it was pretty funny.
I got a funny screenshot of you when you did that sleepover out in the field like that.
Do you?
Oh yeah. You were doing some selfie video on the GoPro or whatever, and it was just the way you had your green light. It looked like your head was like that big around your body. Oh, it was funny.
I think I did an interview in the sleeping bag. Well, because the other part of it is I was under turkeys.
Oh,
so I was like I was trying not to bust them.
Yeah, you were like right there.
Yeah, I was within 100 of like, it was like open. So yeah, that was funny.
Cody had that one almost run him over when we were. Where was that? That was here.
Oh, yeah. Yep, I remember that. It's got on the GoPro, right? Or something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, he had the GoPro like sitting, and he's just like almost laying back completely up against the tree. And you just see the thing comes up, and GoPros make stuff look pretty far away.
Yeah. Oh,
and it still looked like it was right behind him. Like,
I remember he like looked over his shoulder, and it was like right there.
It was like 3 steps came right by him, yeah. Well, it was weird because this hen was like, we kept hearing this bird, and I'm like, it sloped up a little bit to where she was at, and there was just this thick wall of trees. And we're like, she has to be in a tree. But we just couldn't figure out why.
Yeah.
And that thing must have just been bumping them around. But, yeah. Then I had that bobcat sneak up on me almost.
Did you? I've had that. Man, those things are seeing more and more bobcats and coyotes, I feel like, turkey hunting. So, anyway, we're real close to the season.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it sure should be a fun one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's coming quick, and we got them, I mean, like in a week. Well, pretty much. Yeah, a week I'll be going to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Which is awesome.
How long are you guys going for?
I don't know. It depends. I got some scheduling conflicts I'm going to have to figure out. But, yeah, we'll figure it out.
More Red Sox games?
No, not Red Sox. Farm stuff.
Yeah.
But hopefully we can talk
about
it should
be a good year with new spots picked up and amount of food we got in the ground.
Yeah, it should be good all around, really. I mean, here it seems like it was a really good antler growing year from what I've been seeing on trail cameras and other guys are saying, and I'm like, ooh, should be pretty good. Which, like I said, I think maybe I've talked about it in past pods, but I don't think the last couple of years were very good. I mean, obviously you'll have, it's not like so dramatic that there's like no good deer and then there's a bunch of good deer, but like it seems like it's an above average year, I'll say. From what I can tell.
Just from around my house, it seems like mast is decent. I've got a bunch of white oaks around my yard, and then I've got squirrels have been tearing this beech tree apart.
Does it have some? Yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be a crazy mast year, but it seems like it'll be a solid mast year. I know on my place there, I don't know if you've looked at any of your oaks, Kyle, but I know the whites on the farm there have a fair amount of acorns on them.
Yeah, they're pretty loaded.
Which they didn't have them last year.
No, year before
but the year before they did. But there was a bunch of reds last year.
Last year the reds were loaded.
Right. So it's kind of cool that it'll be 3 years of acorns now. Yeah. And those whites are just like super attractive. Like. And even though I think most of mine are swamp whites, they just still crush them. I don't know if you remember that first year on that Gap camera.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They just sat there.
They just sat, and I'm like, what are they doing? And I just forgot that there was an oak right there. It's like in the brush, and you just like don't really notice it. And they were like, it's like on the edge of the field, and they're just like have their head in the brush. I'm like, what is right? Like, what are they doing right in that spot?
Yeah, because it's like it's a pinch. They should just be cruising through the field, and it's like they just keep pausing, just standing there.
Yeah,
it's like,
what are they doing right there?
Like,
there's a white oak
just
right there.
Just doing an ostrich, like sticking their head in and coming back out.
I'm like, white oak. That checks out. But,
and John and I were down in PA earlier in the week. We didn't see as many whites as we were hoping we were going to see.
That like white oak trees in general, or ones with acorns?
No, with acorns.
Okay.
We found some, but I mean, we got up on some of them oak flats that he remembered from last year, and it was mostly reds.
Yeah. Did they have them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there a lot of white oak down there? Or spotty?
It was spotty.
Okay, yeah.
It was spotty. I know a few of the spots that John said there was a lot of white oaks. We didn't make it to those.
Okay. Yeah.
We checked the one spot, and there wasn't many acorns on those whites. And then we were kind of just checking out new spots that he didn't check out last year.
Yeah.
But
yeah, those whites seem to be spotty with acorns, and even spotty sometimes with where they're at. Like,
yeah,
they're good though. If
yeah,
you
it's
can find the right
definitely
oak.
sweet in there though.
Yeah. So you got what? You got what do you got this fall?
As in what?
Hunting. What's the plan?
Probably come out your guys' way sometime in September to do a couple-day bear hunt.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe get one goose hunt in. I don't know. I didn't last year, but maybe do that. And then
in New Hampshire or out with John and Cody?
What, goose hunting?
Yeah.
Just around here, around home. Yeah. With Trevor, Jordan, or whoever. Then once October comes, just bow hunt around here. And kind of, I was talking with John about it. I'll probably, for the first, call it 2/3 of October, I'll probably chase any cold front down in PA.
Yeah.
Because those were really hot last year.
Yep.
Not that cold fronts aren't good around here, but they're definitely better the late October cold fronts.
Yep.
I think I got probably a better chance down in PA on a cold front than around here for like earlier October, middle October.
Right. Makes sense.
So that's probably what I'll do. And then definitely, no questions asked, from right around the 25th October to November 5th, be bow hunting hard here.
Yep. Yep.
And then if nothing happens around here or PA, then probably that last week of bow here, I'll probably shoot down to PA quite a bit.
Yep.
Because that seems to be a little bit of a lull for me, that last week of bow right before gun. It's like a heavy lockdown.
But I've heard that's good down there.
Yeah. Yep.
I've heard it's really good.
Yeah, we were looking at trail camera data hard from
Yep.
PA last year, and it was a pretty hot year. The number one day was, believe it or not, October 15th.
Yeah.
And
That's
then
wild.
the day John killed was the second day,
Yeah.
which was the 25th.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a lot of daylight activity that middle November, like 10th, 12th, 13th.
Yeah.
So, which is good because I struggle that time around here. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still have a really good chance of killing a big buck, but it's like you're in it or you're not.
Yeah. Right.
And I don't know, I don't have a good shot around here. It seems like I don't have good luck.
Yeah.
That time frame, but
yeah, it just takes a specific situation.
yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, it's getting exciting. I'm pumped. I want to go hunt. I'm done with the summer. It's just been I shouldn't complain. It's been a good summer. It's just
it's a quick summer.
I just want it to be hunting season. I don't have to worry about a bunch of projects and little things I got to do. And I mean, they never end, but they definitely get put on hold for a period of time. So I'm ready for it. But you got anything else you want to talk about, Kyle?
I don't think so.
No.
Talked about some bow building.
Yep.
Some crossbows. Some funny cop stories.
Yeah, dude. This one
what
girl
we're
came
doing.
in.
Yeah. What about you guys? I guess I said what I was doing.
Oh, this made me think of this girl came in the other morning. I work day shift now. She came in off midnights and she just comes like puffing her chest out. She's like, "I killed my third deer this morning." I'm like, Sarah, it's August.
That's
She's
funny.
like, I know. No, she said he got hit by a car. But she's like, yeah, last week I had to kill a baby bear.
Really?
Yeah, she was kind of excited about that though. She's a little strange. She likes snakes and has like a wolf dog as a pet. But
all right.
she's interesting.
Good for Sarah.
But
she's into it.
Yeah, I told her. It's like, hey, take a hunter safety course.
Yeah, she should. Sounds like she'd be real into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm ready, man. Like I'm ready. I don't even know. Well, these early season trips, you kind of plan them and go because there's nothing else.
Right.
But like when everything kind of starts to open,
Yeah.
you know, it's tough to like know where you're gonna be and what you're gonna do. Like when you have options, if you can stay flexible and you can just like in my mind, I'm gonna be hunting like potentially Ohio, PA, New York, New Hampshire, Maine, Alberta. I mean, like,
yeah, right.
I'm definitely on Iowa late season because I have a muzzleloader tag. So that's like another trip. But like all those places, I could potentially. It just depends on what's going on.
Yeah.
What's how the weather
Day
is,
by
what
day.
bucks where,
Yep.
like what like I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of fun that way. You don't know what's going to happen. It's like the anticipation is fun.
It is. I'm excited to start. I mean, it's kind of my first year dabbling into that. Like, good thing is the first spot I'm dabbling into isn't far from home, so it's like I could literally shoot out of work at noon, get down there, do an afternoon hunt, and be home that night if I really needed to.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be a long one, but you could. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely feasible.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're in a cool spot for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Hopefully everybody's getting ready for the season and pumped up. And I guess when this comes out, it won't quite be season yet, but it's going to be damn close.
Yeah.
It's going to be damn close. So
yeah,
I would say if people are getting started early, it'll be bear season and some whitetail. So if you're hunting on September 1st, I think it'll come out on September 1st or the 2nd, right around there. So good luck to you.
Yeah.
It's here, boys and girls. It's here. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this BS last session, and it's the preseason show. So
here, I'll close with that picture that I was telling you about.
Oh, you found it? I remember. I'm definitely. That's a sleeping bag right there.
Yeah.
Primaloft, I think it is. No, Gorloft or something.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, guys.
Oh,
we'll see you on the next one.